Hi everyone, my name's Glenn and welcome back to All Bricks Reviews, where you always find the biggest range of reviews of LEGO and other LEGO style sets. And today's review is the awesome, legendary 8880. This supercar set was released in 1994 and it's extremely rare to find them for sale in complete condition. So let's run through all the features which make this a pretty special set. So looking underneath, you can see that it's an all-wheel drive set with 3 differentials, one in here, one in the middle, and one in the front. So for the gear change, you can see there are actually 2 of these clutch mechanisms. And the way the gear shift works with this gate here like this, the one lever will change both of those clutches. So I'll go and change the gears and you'll see the one lever will do both. Well, I reckon you'd be right to ask why they didn't put this kind of mechanism into more sets. This set features quite a unique hub system where the wheels can do the steering and the driving at the same time. And there's a reason why they kind of discontinued it. They're not so easy to extract the wheels off the hub. That's probably one of the main reasons. You can pull and pull and pull and they just don't come off. You might need a brick separator. So you have to sort of undo the clip, holding it in there, and then they'll pop out. So it does take a little bit of manipulating it to get it off. You might need 2 brick separators if that's easier. There you go, and then it pops off. And you can see the mechanism in there. So there's a ball gear in here so that the axle coming into it will still drive it, whatever the angle, a bit like a CV joint in a car. The suspension is double springs and they're quite soft springs as well, because sets started getting heavier and heavier with more and more pieces and you needed double springs. You can see the ridge on the end of each of the sides here and that holds it on quite firmly. And when you look at it you think, oh, thank God it doesn't have an ugly hand of God steering. Well, actually, it does have one, but they've well hidden it out of way. So it's right here by this little wheel, and they put it down nice and low so it doesn't get in the way of the visual effects. And look, it actually makes the steering wheel inside operate as well when you do the steering. So quite a clever mechanism with that. So the steering axle runs down through here. When you do the turning, that axle, so the small gear here, that drives the steering wheel, and the other 2 on this side, that drives the gear rack for the steering. And no supercar would be really complete without pop-up headlights, right? Well, go back to the 80s, 90s, many sports cars had pop-up lights. And just flip the mechanism there and voila, there you go, you got your pop-up headlights. Okay, and it comes to the gearing. So we've got the shifter in first gear and the pistons go up and down quite rapidly as they would in first gear. Revs highly, switch it into second, and the pistons get a bit slower. Third, they're really barely moving. And then fourth, wow, they go up and down at a snail's pace. And last but not least is the rear engine bay. Very easy to just lift this up and you can get access to the engine inside there, in the back there. And it even has the fan at the back there too. And yep, just releases like that. Another amazing thing about it is using these old style Technic bricks and the geometry to get all the angles right. They've used these hinge plates here and the effect is really good actually. The only thing that does stand out as a little bit weird is the clearance here in the wheel wells. And yes, you do get a lot of spring movement, but in a real car these days the suspension would probably sit a lot lower, more like this, and have far less travel because ground clearance, it almost looks like an off-roader. So that's the only criticism I can see. It really does have a high ground clearance. If you look at the gap under here, compare that to something like the Bugatti or Porsche, any of those supercars from recent times. Yeah, completely different. The gap under there is just huge. Well, that's it for the review of the 8880 supercar. If you like what you've seen today, if it's something that you've never seen before and really strikes your imagination of what Technic used to be like, share the video with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and you'll see a lot more videos like this. Until next time, see you later. Bye.